What's going on, everyone? So according to Ramona Shelburne, reports that Kyrie Irving intends to meet with teams in free agency and is searching for a place where he can spend the rest of his career, the place that feels like home. So Kyrie Irving wants a long-term home, a long-term place. It's what he's asked for a long time. It's what he wanted to do with the Brooklyn Nets, and it just didn't work out. And we've gotten countless reports about Kyrie and the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks don't want to pay him a max, and many people agree with that. Like, you shouldn't do that. We've gotten reports that the Dallas Mavericks are the only team that has offered Kyrie any type of compensation to play for their organization, and that the well is pretty dried up for Kyrie Irving. So that could force Kyrie on the Mavs regardless and give the Mavs a lot of power. But Kyrie is going to go and test free agency and see what is out there. And I really think it's going to boil down to, do the Mavericks just cave or not? Because if the Mavericks don't intend on giving him max, then at that point, he's just trying to find a place that is comparable financially or can get him maybe more with endorsement, brand deals, things like that, right? Would he even take a slight pay cut in order to go to that said place? That is something that Kyrie's going to have to figure out. And maybe that is Dallas. Maybe he does like Dallas and he does decide, like, you know what? Like, I'll just sign this contract. We'll do a prove it deal or something like that. He'll get $20 million for 1 year, and then they can sign him long term if they want. Dallas also has two approaches to this. Now, obviously, they traded for Kyrie with the hopes that, like, that's their second star next to Luka. But they also failed miserably in that first run, right? Now, it wasn't Kyrie's fault. Kyrie was actually very good for the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavs were actually better with him on the court and without Luka than they were with Luka on the court without him. So he did very good for the Dallas Mavericks. But do they look at that and go, well, you know, we have to build a specific team around Kyrie and Luka? Is Kyrie that right guy that we can build around? Do we want to really commit all this money to him long term? And if it doesn't work out, now we're stuck. And Luka could end up wanting out, and now we're just in this bad place. That could be a real possibility. The idea of them just letting Kyrie walk may not be the worst case scenario. They traded essentially peanuts for Kyrie Irving. They unloaded a bunch of contracts. It was ultimately what ended up happening. And if Kyrie walks, they would have a full max contract. Could they get somebody like a Chris Middleton or something along those lines to where maybe that would be more comparable next to Luka, right? They have another max contract in which they could go and get somebody else to replace Kyrie. So they're not in that situation to where it's like, if we lose Kyrie, we're screwed. No, they're in a position like, even if we lose Kyrie, we can replace him. So it's going to be interesting to see how Dallas goes. But if Kyrie is going to explore places and destinations, and on top of that, Dallas is going to play with his money, then the Lakers make the world of sense. We know Kyrie wants to be in LA. He wants to be a Laker. He has a home in LA. He's got LeBron James. He wants a place he could be in long term. The Lakers would probably give him that. The Lakers, though, financially could give him $17 million. So the Lakers, if they renounce D'Lo, basically let D'Lo walk, get rid of Mo Bamba, get rid of Malik Beasley, and basically just keep the young guys, re-sign Rui Hachimura, re-sign Austin Reeves, and then LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they could get to $17 million that they could offer Kyrie Irving and still actually maintain the full mid-level exception. Like, it's basically right now D'Lo or $17 million in cap space is where the Lakers are sitting based on the circumstances, right? So let's say Dallas is offering, $20 million a year. Does Kyrie say, hey, I'll take the $3 million haircut, go to the Lakers, stay there long term, and I'll make that and then some on just endorsements and brand deals and whatever doors LeBron James can open? I'm not saying that this will happen. I'm not saying the Lakers should even wait around for this to happen. I'm not saying any of that. But the idea of Kyrie being a Laker is not really dead. But do the Lakers at this point, do they want him? Right? I don't necessarily think Kyrie's coming to the Lakers. I don't. But if the Dallas Mavericks play around with his money, I wouldn't be surprised. Right? Like, if Dallas doesn't offer him a real contract, he might just say, forget it. Like, again, if he really does want to be in LA, he really does want to play with LeBron James, if Dallas offers him $20 million, The Lakers can offer him $17 million. He just got a new shoe deal. He would make more money in brand deals and marketing and all kinds of stuff if he went to LA. LA is just a bigger market for stars, right? You're telling me that he wouldn't take a $3 million haircut to go play in LA and be in LA long term? And then even after LeBron leaves, you still have Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves, Jared Vanderbilt, Max Christie, JHS. You got Lewis. You still have a great deep team that could probably contend. So Kyrie would be perfect in LA. Makes a lot of sense. You'd be contending for an NBA championship. You would make just as much, if not more. I understand tax in LA compared to Texas are just two different things, right? Being in Dallas. But again, you're going to make probably that and then some by just being in LA. So if the money isn't that big of a difference, then I can see Kyrie Irving saying, you know what, I can go. Now, if the Mavericks say, hey, we'll give you 2 years, $50 million, right? We'll give you $25 million a year, something like that, then I don't think he will do that. Right, we're going to find out rather quickly, I think, if Kyrie is about the money or not, and if he's going to Lakers or not. There's reports that the Lakers are planning on re-signing D'Angelo Russell. If they prolong that and they don't get that done immediately, then they might be waiting for Kyrie Irving. Also, tomorrow is the deadline for Malik Beasley and Mo Bamba. If they end up letting those two guys just walk and release them, then that could mean that they're trying to free up that cap space for Kyrie, or I mean, it could be somebody else, but the only one that I could really see that makes sense at $17 million to replace D'Lo would be Kyrie Irving. Tomorrow's going to be very telling about the Kyrie situation. If the Lakers keep Mo Bamba, Malik Beasley, and they keep their salaries, then that basically ends that conversation right then and there. But if they end up saying, okay, we're going to waive them, and they don't go and extend D'Lo immediately or give D'Lo a new contract immediately, keep an eye on Kyrie Irving, right? That's going to spark the Kyrie Irving to the Lakers conversation all over again until Kyrie either signs with the Lakers or he signs with Dallas, right? Because I just don't see any other teams lining up to sign Kyrie Irving. I just don't. I think it is Dallas and the Lakers. I think if Dallas offers any type of a real contract, he's going to stay in Dallas. He's going to. Because the Lakers they can't get to that salary. But again, if they say, hey, we'll give you $20 million, right? We'll give you 2 years, $40 million. Or let's say we'll give you 4 years, $80 million. Well, now the Lakers are in a great position. Because now the Lakers can say, hey, come to us this year. We can pay you $17 million, right? LeBron James is an expiring contract. LeBron's been preaching and screaming from the rooftops to bring Kyrie to the Lakers. You don't think LeBron would take a pay cut to get Kyrie his money? Especially if they win a championship and it works out this year? Or even if they don't win the championship. Let's say they get to the NBA Finals or they lose in a tough 7 or something like that to Denver or something like that. You don't think LeBron would say, okay, I have a real chance here to get another championship. Let me take that haircut. Of course he would, especially for Kyrie Irving. To set the Lakers up and Kyrie Irving. So you would have the incentive of we can't pay, yes, Kyrie, we can't pay you $20 million, but we can give you pretty close to that. You're going to make more money in brand deals, more money in endorsements, plus whatever doors LeBron can open for you, right? You're gonna be contending for an NBA championship. You, LeBron and Anthony Davis is better than anything that Dallas can put together, right? So you get everything. You get the money, you get the life home until you retire. You get the chance to compete and contend for NBA championships, right? Get the prestige of playing with the Lakers. There's a lot of selling points for Kyrie to the Lakers, right? Again, not saying that this is going to happen. We'll know a lot tomorrow, very likely. We should, at least. Again, if the Lakers end up keeping Mo Bamba and Malik Beasley, then that really opens the door for Kyrie Irving. If they don't, then basically case closed. Kyrie's not coming to Lakers. So tomorrow will be interesting. Again, even if they waive Mo Bamba and Malik Beasley, don't take that as that's it, we're getting Kyrie Irving. It's not what that means. Because they could just be clearing that money to give them new contracts and maybe sign some other pieces and kind of maybe they can get D'Lo on a good contract and now they have the full mid-level. There's other reasons to waive Mo Bamba and Malik Beasley. But it does open the door for Kyrie Irving if they do that. If they keep them, then they probably either have a deal on the table for a trade, or not saying Kyrie, but another deal, or they just value them as tradable assets at some point during this offseason or the trade deadline. So again, we're going to know a lot in the next next 24 hours or so. So it's just something to keep in mind. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Do you want Kyrie? Do you not want Kyrie? Do you think, yeah, he would do that if Dallas plays with his money? How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below.